Lengthen through the spine, sit up nice and tall. Maybe an exhale. Out through the mouth. Palms can either be opened or closed. So it may be a few days since you've been on the mat. To make sure that you are just moving gently. Don't push through anything. Really recognize what your body is doing this morning. And to take notice to your breath, how it flows, how the inhales feel, and then how those exhales. And as you acquaint yourself with your Ujjayi breath, you may want to find the breath just at the base of your spine, moving up the spine to the crown of the head, and then exhaling all the way back down to the spine. Remembering that each breath is linked to our movement. Inhale and exhale, no holding of the breath. Allowing our practice to help us to release any tension, stress, anxiety. And go ahead and blink your eyes open, draw the heads of the shoulders on back. Send your arms up and over your head and reach. Exhale to send the palms down. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to bring the hands down. Take it again. Inhale to reach on up. Take a hold of your right wrist. Reach the palm up. Exhale, chin to chest. Press your palm away. Feel free to just even rock your head a little side to side. And inhale, pick up. Exhale, release. Switching sides, press the palm up. Exhale, right out in front of you. Chin to chest, rock. And inhale to lift up and reach the fingertips up. Exhale, open the arms out to the side, big cactus arms, elbows back. Good. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale to reach the arms up. And then let's just climb an imaginary rope. So now I'm going to start to make space along my side body. And reach up. Exhale, release down. Fingertips in line with your hip and reach over. Okay, so another opportunity to start getting space through the side body. I'm going to gently press my rib cage away, open up my throat, and then slowly come on over to the other side and reach. I notice this side feels a little bit tighter. So I can really feel maybe a deeper opening here. Gently pushing my rib cage away. Head comes back. And slowly. Let's round forward, chin in towards your chest. And then go ahead and open. And take it again, rounding forward. And opening up. And take it again, rounding forward. and opening up. Hands onto the knees. Start to dip the chest down, making some circles in to the upper body. Getting into this low back. So just be really careful as you move. And then reverse. Let's dip one shoulder down. Into this low back. Slowly coming up. Let's take it to the other side. Dip down. And then slowly coming up. All right, release those feet. Release the legs, soles of the feet together. Inch those hips on back and fold forward. Now really getting into that low back, starting to wake up the hips, the inner thighs. And then slowly coming up. Let's bring these knees together. We're going to swing around. And I'm going to come right into a supported child's pose. I'm going to drop my hips back into my heels. Send my chest to fold over the top of my thighs. Bring my arms alongside the body. And just surrender my chest on top of my thighs. Dropping my head. Really feeling the low back. Stretch and open up. Slowly picking your head up, lengthening your arms out in front of you. So reach those arms away. I'm going to dip my hips to the left and send my hands to the right. Slowly coming around to center. Let's take it to the other side as we come to the right with the hips and to the left with the arms. And slowly coming back to center and slowly come up and send the legs back. Stack up the bones. I'm going to curl my toes under because I want to get an opening through the arches of my feet. I'm waking up the toes. And then I'm going to send my hips right back into my heels so I can get a nice deep stretch into the arches of my feet. Into those toes. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. Back at my hip. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale over that left shoulder as I peek back at my left hip. Coming right back and around to center. Let's come on up, top of the table. Stack up the bones. Let's give those arches at the feet and the toes a little bit of a break. And we'll cat-cow stretch here. So rounding into the spine. So nice big inhales and exhales. Just a couple more. Last one. And neutralize. All right. As you're here, let's go ahead and send your right leg behind you. Lengthen the left fingertips forward. Find a nice long body here. Now, right away, I want you to engage your core. I want you to firm up into the glutes. Don't hyperextend into the right elbow and reach away. Exhale, send the hand down, send the knee down, opposite side. Left leg comes back. We want the toes pointing down, sending the right arm forward. Nice engagement. Hip bone is pointing down towards the mat and reaching and reaching. Good. Exhale, send that hand down, send the knee. Let's open up that right arm out to the side. Weave on through, soften the shoulder down, and take a twist. Good. Slowly come back up, open up out to the side. Send that hand on down. Then let's take it to the opposite side. Left arm up. Weave on through and twist. And then open up out to the side. Exhale, bring that hand on down. Now let's go ahead and send both legs back. You can always stay modified and just onto your knees. We're gonna pause here and plank. Heels are back, heart is forward. Engage the quadriceps, the core, the deltoids. Take your gaze up at the top of your mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Good job. Soften the knees on down. Hips come up high. Chest goes down low. We get a little bit more into the shoulders before coming into downward facing dog, just so that we can open up those shoulders. Good. Slowly coming on up. Feel free to round into the spine if you needed to, and press back into this plank pose again. Pausing here. Inhaling and exhaling. And now navel in towards your spine and pick the hips up and back and come to that first downward facing dog, and let's walk it out together. Bending one knee at a time. So maybe the first time this morning that you're feeling the hamstrings, the calves wake up. Nice little inversion here as the head is hanging heavy. And shift forward to plank. Drop to your knees and lower down into chaturanga. To a little cobra. Good. Exhale, soften. Then inhale, legs are together, nice and strong. Pick the palms up. Starting to work on some strengthening of the back. Place those hands back down. Let your knees maybe help you out, and then press into downward facing dog. All right, walk it out. You walk wide with the feet, little bend into the knees. So I want you to, well, maybe a little bit more than a little. So just a little bit deeper into those knees. Press back. Then try to straighten the legs the best you can, and you get your heels as close to the mat as possible. Then begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. Hang into this forward fold. Take that bend into the knees. Clasp with the elbows. And as you're swinging side to side, you want those knees slightly bent so that you can just get some nice movement here and you're protecting the knees. All right, inhale, look up halfway. I'm gonna send my hips back and lengthen my heart forward, just tapping my hands, not leaning into my legs. Bring my shoulders back and away from my ears. Exhale to fold on forward. I'm gonna drop my left fingertips down and send my right arm up, but I'm not gonna let my hips shift. I'm gonna keep them nice and even. Exhale, right hand down, and then bring that left arm. And then bring that hand down. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale. Hands to rest at your heart. And let's bring our arms down, head our side. Bring the feet together, and we'll walk up to the top of our mat. All right, this is when we'll start to get a little bit more movement. Let's bring our hands right behind us. Clasp a hold of your right wrist and send that arm back. Get a nice little stretch there through the shoulders. And then take it to the other side, opposite wrist, and push back. And right back to center. Arms come down at your side. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, send the arms all the way down. Inhale to look up. Exhale, let's take it on back. Now go modified or full chaturanga. So lowering down, come into cobra, press back into downward facing dog. So good job. Walk it out. Let an exhale out through the mouth. Look up in between your hands, bring both feet up. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale to fold forward. Burn down, come all the way to standing. And exhale. Bring your hands to your heart, arms down at your side. Let's move on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. This time, inhale, look up. Exhale, take your left foot back. So we're going to come into a high lunge right here on this right side. Inhale and exhale. I want you to feel the hip flexor on this left side. Squeeze the inner thighs together even though they're apart. So my hip flexors have been a little tight lately, so I really feel this on my left side. If you need to drop the back knee down, you can always do that. Sending that heel back, let your chest just hover over the top of that thigh. I know we want to probably rest our chest up. For that strength into the core, we want to lift it slightly off. All right, spring off those back toes. Let's meet our feet together. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, now take this right leg back. So we're going to send that right leg back. And notice the difference between the two sides. I'm feeling this right hip flexor quite a bit here. And I'm just hovering my chest over the top of my thigh. I'm sending my right heel back, squeezing my thighs together. Ensure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Bringing out those back toes. Let's go ahead and meet the feet. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale to fold forward. Burn down, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to settle at your heart. Let's go ahead and move on. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, both feet back. Take your chaturanga. Through to cobra or up dog. And press back into downward facing dog. Great job. Really good. Left leg, send it back and behind you. And feel free to bring it big if you care to. And then step the foot in between the hands. Send your arms up and over your head. Come to a crescent pose. So you can always modify and drop the back knee down if you'd like. Exhale, send the hands down. Take this left leg back. Go chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Press it on back. Downward facing dog. Let's go with that right leg behind. And step it through. Let's notice the difference between the two sides. You can also always rest your hands at your heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Send those hands down. You're doing great. Right leg back. Take your chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. Press it back. Downward facing dog. So great job. Now let's come on down to a brief child's pose. Now this time, you may want to go with the knees apart, sending the hips back, dropping the chest down, and resting here. So you may notice that your heart rate got up a little bit. I know mine did. So remembering that child's pose is always an option for you. If you need a break, just come here. Notice how you may feel this releasing into the lower back as well as into the inner thighs. And slowly come on up. Let's find that top of a table. Inhale and exhale. And right back to plank pose, and let's send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's go with a step or light hop to the top of our mats. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale to fold forward, firm down, rise all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to meet in prayer at your heart. All right, so let's start to move a little bit more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down into the chair. We're gonna settle back, really drawing the hips back, lengthening the arms away. Inhaling and exhaling. Practice your arms out to the side. Switch that gaze up to test your balance here. Good, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, take it on back. Go chaturanga dandasana. Come through to cobra or up dog. Let's press it back. Downward facing dog. Left leg back and behind you. Let's step it through, full crescent pose. A nice big lift up. Good, exhale, cactus the arms nice and big. Send those arms back up. Exhale, hover over the top of the thigh. Good, inhale to lift right back up. Now send the hands all the way down. Left leg comes back, go chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Press it on back, downward facing dog. Right leg behind. Step it on through. A full lift up, crescent pose. Good, exhale, open the arms to cactus. Send the arms back up. Exhale, hover over the top of the thigh. Good, inhale to lift up. Exhale, hands come down, and let's take that leg back. Move through your vinyasa. Good, downward facing dog. So good, you're doing a great job. Let's send the left leg behind, fan it open. Step the foot in between the hands, that's fine. Warrior two, opening up. Pausing here for just a moment to feel the pose. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then send the arms all the way down, back toes from under, take the leg back. And let's vinyasa together. You'll now get that rear view. Right leg behind, fan it open. Step the foot in between the hands. Back foot, swivel it down. Open the arms. Nice warrior two here. Inhale and exhale. Good, and come all the way down and move through your vinyasa. Good, downward facing dog. Good job. Second arm, lightly hopping to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Firm down, come all the way to standing. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Arms down at your side. All right, so we're going to maybe grab a prop here. And in case you need it, it's at an arm's distance away for you, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale down into the chair. Reach the fingertips away. Then send the hands all the way down, lifting the hips up. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, take both feet back. Go chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Press it back into downward facing dog. Feel free to go with an exhale out the mouth if it feels good. Now send the left leg back and behind. Step the foot in between the hands and let's climb warrior two. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's bring the elbow to the top of the thigh. Reach that arm out and over your ear. Now remember, we're not leaning into the leg. Slowly coming on up and reaching back. Good, now we're gonna come all the way down. This is where you might reach for that prop. Fingertips are gonna go diagonal of the baby toe. We're gonna lift the back leg up to find half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. Good, come all the way back down. Open the arms. Back to that warrior two. And then send the arms all the way down and move through your vinyasa. So we'll be taking it to the other side. You'll be getting a rear view here. Right leg behind. Step the foot in between the hands. Warrior two. Bring the elbow to the top of the thigh. Remember, you are not leaning into the leg. Now go ahead and come on up and reach back. And then let's go ahead, diagonal of that baby toe. Reach down, pick the back leg up, and come into this half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. Flex that back foot. Good, then take a bend slightly into that knee. Send the foot down, and open up. Right back to warrior two. And send the arms all the way down. Back toes curl under. Take your leg back. Chaturanga. Float through to cobra or up dog. And back into downward facing dog. And walking it out. So wide with the feet. Heels of the hands come back slightly. We're going to pick up the right hand. Bring it to the left calf, ankle, or heel. Look underneath that left arm. Good, then release. Switch sides. Doing a great job. Good, and then slowly release. Let's walk our hands right back towards our feet. I'm going to take a pretty deep bend into my knees, and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to reach forward. Good, I'm going to press through my feet, and I'm going to send my arms all the way up. Give a squeeze, my glutes. Exhale, hands to my heart, and bring my feet together. All right, coming to the center of my mat, I'm going to bring my feet wide. I'm going to send my knees out to the side. I'm going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, get down into this goddess pose. My arms are out to the side, I'm full goddess. I'm lifting up through my pelvic floor. I have really strong abs here. Good, I'm going to tilt over just slightly. So I'm going to use my oblique muscles. And then I'm going to come right back to center. On over to the other side. Good, right back to center. Set the hands down onto my knees. I'm going to rest here for just a moment. But I'm not bearing a lot of weight. Inhale. Exhale, dip a shoulder down. Good, come right back to center. Opposite shoulder dips down. Good, and coming right back up. Press on up. Good, now I'm going to just spin to one side. I'm going to swivel my back foot. And I either have more of a heel to heel or a heel to arch. And I'm just going to reach. And I'm going to find just a brief Trikonasana, triangle pose. I'm just going to reach up. Then I'm going to circle this arm around. Come on up, swivel the toes, and then take it to the other side and reach. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, I'm going to come right back and around and reach. Exhale, hands to my heart, toe heel, the feet together. Good, arms down at your side. Something maybe we haven't done for a while, and you may or may not need a prop. You may need a block. We're going to come into Garjandasana wrap, or Garjandasana full pose in just a moment. So you can wrap one of your legs around. You may need a block to set your foot on, or the foot's going to come all the way around and you're going to wrap. The idea though is to keep those hips squared off. If the foot doesn't wrap all the way around, you need that little extra balance. You can place your foot onto the block. So find yourself standing in Tadasana. We're just going to start with the legs. Right? Go ahead. You can place your hands onto your hips to steady yourself, and then work into those legs. So I'm just going to use my block today. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart, and I'm going to sit down into a chair position, just like Utkatasana. I'm going to keep my chest lifted up off the top of my thighs. I'm sinking down. So we're working on balance, strength, ankle strength, and steady the breath. Good, press through that standing foot. Go ahead and unwind and bring that foot right next to the other. Walk it out, and you can just move the walk on over and find Tadasana. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Hands either back to the heart or at the hips. We'll pick that opposite leg up. We'll wrap it around. Like I said, I'm just going to use my block today. I'm going to sit down, bring my hands to my heart, keeping my chest lifted. I'm engaging my glutes. I'm bringing everything in to the midline. I'm breathing. You're doing a great job. This isn't easy. Good. Now press right through that glute and come on up. And release. Inhale. Exhale. All right. So now we'll come on over to the other side. So to keep things really simple, the leg that you're crossing over, you're going to cross the same arm on top. All right. So I'm going to firm down. I'm going to wrap my leg around. I'm going to use my same arm as my leg. And I'm going to wrap up. Now your hands may not touch and clasp, so maybe you want to wrap at the shoulders or just here, or maybe the palms are going to touch. Once you're there, inhale, exhale, begin to sit on down. Try to go as low as you can go. You're doing a great job. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's press on up. Let's slowly unwind. Let's reach the arms up. And let's exhale, let's fold forward. Good, come all the way down. And let your head hang. And then let's slowly roll on up. And let's take it to the other side. All right, so we can just move that block if you're using one. Same thing applies. Wrap that leg around. Same arm as the leg. And then begin to sit on down. Sitting down. Inhale and exhale. Notice the difference between the two sides. You're doing a great job. Good, and slowly come on up. And unwind, inhale. Exhale, let's fold all the way forward. And then slowly roll on up. All right, we're gonna make our way on down to our mat now. If you used a block, you can set that block off to the side, but maybe keep it close by because you'll probably use it again. All right, so let's make our way onto our mat. And I'm gonna come seated. I'm right away gonna bring the soles of my feet together, and I'm gonna inch my hips back. I'm gonna find a lot of length into my spine. Inhale, and exhale to fold forward. Head is hanging heavy. And slowly coming on up. Let's go ahead, draw the knees together, working towards one of my favorite parts and portions of class. Now we'll work to strengthen our core. So I'm actually going to use my block in between my knees today. So if you have one, great. If not, no big deal. Or use something that you can squeeze together so that you can use the inner thighs. Slowly lowering the arms down at your side. Now I'm going to inch my heels in a little bit. And again, those arms are down at my side. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And exhale out through the mouth. Take it again, inhale. And exhale. All right, I'm going to send my legs up. Now I've got a little bit of a bend into my knees. I'm squeezing my inner thighs together. So that block is actually really helping me because it's a great guide. Now if you need to bend the knees a little bit more, you can do that as well. So arms are coming down at your side. If you want to, you can even place your hands a little bit more underneath the hips for greater support. I'm going to bring my legs down just as far as I'm able to without any, I don't want to compromise my back at all. And then I'm going to bring the legs back up. And then lowering on down. We're going to take this 10 times, so there's 2. Here's 3. You're exhaling on the way down, and we're halfway there. So we've got 5 more after this. If at all you feel any sort of pressure into the back, just set the feet down and just do regular little crunches. Let's go for 3 more. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now let's bring those knees in. You can remove the log off to the side. Squeeze and hug in. And then exhale. Bring the feet down. Let's bring those feet wide. I'm going to bring my arms out to the side. And I'm just going to let my knees fall from side to side. Just like windshield wipers. Back and forth. All right, let's toe heel the feet together. Send those legs on up. I can bring my hands right back and behind my head just to support my head. And I'm going to send one leg down and I'm going to bring the other foot on the inside. So I'm going to point and then come back up and then release down. All right, so I'm going to take 10 on each side. So here's 2. Remember, you're exhaling as you come on down. All right, so we're halfway there. Only 5 more to go on each side. Here's 5. 4. So you've got this, not much further to go. All right, only 1 more on each side. You've got this. And straight up. Now let's go with a brief happy baby here. So grab a hold of the inside of the knee creases, the big toes, or the arches of the feet, and let's just sway back and forth. So this is a great way to release your back, get into the inner thighs. All right, and then let's go ahead. Let's cross the right leg over, just like we did earlier when we were standing Variasana. Wrap with these legs. Optional to do that with the arms. We're going to finish abs strong here, or the hands can support the back of the head this way. Otherwise, wrap it up, send the toes away, send the fingers back. We'll meet at center for 15. We're exhaling at the top. Five more, and 5. Last 2, and 1. Good job. Unwind the arms. Keep the legs crossed. Drop to this left hip, and then send the hips on over to the left. Unless you had your left leg on top, then you'd send your legs to the right. All right, let's come right back to center. Let's go ahead and unwind and switch sides. So that opposite leg will come over, opposite arm, and send the toes away, fingertips back, and 15. 10 more, and 10. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Unwind those arms. Roll slightly to the right on that hip and send the legs on. And then slowly come back to center. Unwind. And then send your right arm up and over your head or whichever arm so that you can come right back and meet me at center. All right, so this is when we come into our yin portion of class. Now we've already been here a few times. We're gonna bring the soles of the feet together. Now remember, we're in these yin postures about 2 to 3 minutes. If you want a deeper hip opening, send the heels further away from the ground. So you wouldn't have them really close and come forward. You'd have them a little bit further away. You could always support the knees if need be, but the idea is to get that openness, so maybe you don't want that support. But it's entirely up to you and how it feels for your body. So we'll sit in this Baddha Konasana. Like I said, you may want that support. So inhale, and then exhale, and then we'll pause here. And you want to find stillness here. So this is getting into your lower back. It's getting into the inner thighs, the hips. Stay steady with your breaths. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly come on back. Drop your head, rock your head a little side to side. Good. Bring those knees in, send the legs out. Give the legs a shake if you're using props. Go ahead and bring them off to the side. You can take a bend into the knees and rock the knees back and forth. All right, and then now we're gonna find a block and or something that's gonna allow you to be elevated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my way onto my back. I'm gonna place my prop right at my sacrum. I'm gonna draw the heads of my shoulders on back, and then I'm gonna send my legs straight. So I'm here. So when I bring my shoulders underneath me, and I'm here, and I reach my legs out, getting this nice little back bend. Now, if that's too much for you, you can always just bend into the knees and keep the feet planted down. Keep the head back and just be here. So deep breath in, so we're getting a nice chest opener. Try to settle into your prop. Full surrender. Inhaling and exhaling. Just listening to the sound of your breath. All right, slowly begin. Take a bend into your knees if they were straight. Press the hips up. Remove your pop off to the side. Send your right leg straight and then bring that left knee in outside of your rib cage and round out your ankle. And then let's drape the leg over the body. Go for a little bit of a twist. Right back and around the center. Let's send that leg on down. And then bring the right leg in. Squeeze it in. Round out that ankle. And then let's drape over the body. And right back to center. Take a bend into the knees, roll on over to either side, and slowly come on up. All right, so let's go ahead. And we're gonna send both our legs out to the side. Now you may or may not need extra props for this next pose. So if you have a bolster or you have a cushion or blankets, you can always bring blankets in front of you and fold over. Or you could always use, say, a bolster if you wanted to. So in this case, since I already have the blankets here, I'm just going to use these. But you may need to have yours as high as you'd like. So if you need a bolster and 1 or 2 blankets, you can do that too. We're going to let the feet relax though. So we're not going to hold them stiff or flat. We're going to let them relax. This is for inner thighs, hips, and lower back. I like to bring the props into my abdominal area because then we can get a little massage into the abdominals as well. So we can come on forward. And we can rest here. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And let's go with a nice exhale. Inhales and exhales. Notice if you can't get down a little bit lower, we're helping to increase our flexibility here. That's what our hand pressures help us do. As that of patience, allowing us to be still in this moment, helping us to improve our flexibility. Just a few more breaths here. And then slowly coming on up, moving your props off to the side, shaking the legs in. Maybe taking a bend, rocking them side to side, whatever feels good for you to loosen everything up. And then we'll come into our last yin posture prior to Shavasana. This is where we'll get into our shoulders. So you're going to come around, find top of the table. You may decide that you want to have a blanket in front of you. That's entirely up to you. And we're going to come into this extended puppy pose. You also need a little cushion for your knees. You can always do that too. The hips come up high, the chest comes down low, and you dip down, and you can either turn your head or rest your forehead onto the mat. And again, this gets into our shoulders. So we've got a lot of hip opening. Let's get down into our shoulders. Pause and inhale and exhale. Again, at any time if you need to come out of the pose, you most certainly can. Again, we're not here much longer. Just a few more breaths. And then slowly coming out on top of the table. And do some cat-cow stretches. And then right back to center. Go ahead, around the center. Now, if you want to use any of your props for your Shavasana, now would be a good time to grab those. So I'm going to actually use my blocks, and I'm going to set my calves on top of my blocks. So you may care to, say, use them like underneath your knees or something like that. That's entirely up to you. I also like to use an essential oil for my Shavasana, so I'm going to dab a little bit of lavender oil into my palms. And I'm going to make my way down into my Shavasana. So let's go ahead and meet there. Have those palms together. If you are using an essential oil, you did a great job today. Worked hard. Coming back to the mat after the weekend, and then just go ahead and bring your hands up and around your face. Take it all in. Inhaling and exhaling. You're resting here peacefully in Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Give a rock of your head from side to side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Bend either arm up and over your head, roll to either side. Slowly press yourself to seated. Coming right back to where we started. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your hands to resting around your heart, chin in toward your chest. So grateful that each of you joins me today. Grateful to guide you and wishing each of you a happy, healthy, and safe rest of your day. Namaste.